Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Outdoor with the Russians. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so that you know when we got new videos coming out. And most of all, share them with your friends. Appreciate the support, y'all. Thank you. So today we will be taking down all of the electrified rope fencing, taking off the insulators on each pole. There's a few of them each way, and down that side from the other house, to get ready for our woven wire fencing. It's just going to be a lot easier to maintain, and you know, I needed something to do. Anyways, let's get on with it. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for all the road noise. We live by a fairly major highway loop around Charlotte, and the off-ramp is just literally 50 yards right there. So, but anyways, we're going to be taking this electrified rope fencing down, taking all the insulators off, and the spacer wire we have in between. I put a little spacer wire there when we had calves in here, steers, and we'll be taking all that down in order to get ready for 4-foot high woven wire fencing, red brand, and it'll just make it a lot easier to maintain, and it'll make keeping animals in here of sorts a lot easier. So let's get on with it. I'm going to start in this corner here. I've already turned the fence off. I'm going to start in this corner by just cutting it. We're going to dispose of it. The rope, pulling it through all of the insulators on each pole and removing them. This insulator is 54 inches high. Our fence is only 47, 48, 49. So we've got a few inches to work with here. So I'm going to leave the top insulator, take the other two off each pole. That way we can still hang a true electric wire up here, and that'll make it good. Alright, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to hear. Wind's blowing pretty good. I decided to go ahead and take down the little wire spacer fence that we had on for the steers. It just made more sense. All this is taken down now. This is just half of the pasture that we're doing for now, to the corner over there where the Bradford pear is. This is just half. I'll grab the mower here in a little bit after I do the other half. Got our 2 rolls of field fence, woven wire, red brand with little red tops there. Good stuff. 330 feet in each roll, and I'm hoping that'll be enough. What we're going to do is try to make a come along type fence stretcher with some deck boards that we have. I'm going to get a quick measurement on the fence to see how long it needs to be. We'll make it probably 4 inches longer on either side, either end, so 8 inches total. We'll be using some deck screws, 1 3/4 inch deck screws, to hold them together. So it's going to sandwich the fence in between. We're going to hook a small log chain to the fence stretcher to come along to the front of the Toro Workman. So let's get started. All right, that should do the job. All I've done to get this started is take and put a little loop into the other wire just to hold it so that it is not floundering around back at me. I just need something to hold it. Yes, while I roll it up this hill. Yay. Yay me. Not sure if you can see that or not, but, and by no means am I a fence expert, but this is how I'm doing it. Tucking the wire in behind the existing wire, run it through a new staple, make a loop, tighten the loop, and then secure the nail staple the rest of the way through to finish tightening it up. Again, I'm no expert, but this is what works for us. This is what I've tried to accomplish. I'm going to finish nailing it in. That's the end results. Tucked in behind the existing wire, through the loop of the staple, and secured. Now that this end, the very first end, is secured to the post, I've got the wire stood up here in one place and it's not on the rest of it. So I've got to go to the other end Way up there. Stand that roll of wire up. Here's what we've decided to do. I've decided. It's kind of hard working by yourself sometimes. I've got it kind of tacked up in places, the whole length, and I'm going to have to do it in smaller sections. It's probably 150 foot long here, and I'm sure somebody's watching this thinking, you big dummy. So I'm going to go back and take smaller bites and try it that way. When we originally built this fence, we put the fence posts 10 foot apart with the thinking that we may want to put wood slats on it at some point to make it a wooden fence. So what I've got here is a 50-foot span that we're going to try to stretch first. Let me show you what we're doing. We've got the fence here. We got the Toro Workman, nice heavy duty front bumper there. My plan is to hook the come along with the fence stretcher secured to the fence and pull it this way so that I can hit those 5 posts with some staples, and then back up another 5 posts, 6 posts, and do it again. This is probably one of the better spots to be right now because of the shade. So we'll get this figured out. Here's what we have so far. Hook the chain to the fence stretcher, the homemade one mind you, to the little V there in the chain, single pull point, to the come along, to the front of the Workman bumper there. I've got it pulled fairly tight right now, enough to where it's actually moving the Workman. So and there's a proper way to do this, but again, I'm no expert. I just make it the way I like it. Got that tightened up, stapled from the other side. Not too bad for a one-man band. Now to unhook all this, back up another 5 or 6 posts and do it again. Not too bad. Not perfect. Not after perfect. Here's what I decided to do in this corner. This is the outside corner. The other fence will be coming in on this side. So this corner right here will be the true corner of the fence coming in this way. So I'm going to cut the fence here to give me some loop, come back, circle it back around, another staple to secure it, make sure it's not going to work loose or come loose. Or I may just put a few more staples here and bend it backwards, back this way. And then come back on this side and start with the fence in here, the top red wire, and go right this way. And start that corner down through this run I'm thinking this is probably the longest run, single run that we have. So maybe the hardest part's behind us. Maybe not. It's not looking too bad. Got it tightened up fairly decent. Again, it's not perfect. Another thing too I didn't mention, we put our fencing on the animal side of the post. The animals will be on this side going that way. That way if they push on it, they're not pushing staples loose. They have to push the whole post. So that's just the way we do it. I've seen it done the other way more than not. It just doesn't make sense to me. Got the fence rolled out now. Now I've got to come back to this corner and secure it just like we done the other side. Maybe a little tricky though. We'll see what we can do. Here on this corner, if you can see this intersection here, I'm going to put a staple behind these ties here where the knots were. I had planned on stripping them, but it's a little more trouble than it's worth. So what I'm going to do is kind of use it to my advantage. Put a staple here and behind it, fold the wire back over and put another staple in it. Maybe this knot will actually help hold the wire, and then stretch it out to the other corner. It'll make for an interesting true corner junction here. Like I said, I'm not sure how a professional would do it, but this is how we're going to do it. All right, let me get this done. Here's what's working for us so far. I've got the cable end hooked to the front bumper of the Toro Workman, to the come along winch, to the chain hooked to the top and the bottom, and I've also got the wire held off the ground, as you can see there, even with the post. That way it kind of helps keep it where I need to. Semi-tight. I'll scoot the bottom of the wire over a little bit and winch up the come along some to tighten it up. Then on the other side I will put some staples up. That's pretty tight. Do y'all see anything wrong with that corner post? Yeah, me neither. All right, this is probably true level. There's not that much tension on the wire. This corner post was part of a design probably 6-8 years ago when we built this horse fence to incorporate this little cut through, little fancy cut through from one side to the other. In theory, the horses can't make this bend and travel out. We've got this fancy little gate here just in case, but it does make it convenient to come from the outside from the road past the well house and do this little zigzag. Works out pretty good, but if I gain any more weight I won't be able to get through there. Anyways, back to this corner post. It is in the ground with concrete. I tried to straighten it up before I done any of this. It's not going anywhere, and it doesn't bother me. I sure hope it doesn't bother y'all. Anyways, we got another little leg here done.